Web3 TV.
Hello and welcome to Web3 TV. I'm Lisa Amnegard and today we're at Token 2049 in Dubai. Joining me right now is Stuart, CEO of Spacecoin. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here. Yeah,
and
very excited.
And we're standing at a pretty ideal spot right now because your booth is right behind us.
Yes, you can see our booth there, our banners. You can see an image of our satellite. And if you zoom in, you can actually see a real life mock-up of the size of our satellite. So it's very cool to be here and to have that behind us.
And you have a very cool concept. You're democratizing space. So tell me a little bit more about Spacecoin and what you guys are doing.
So at Spacecoin, we are building a constellation of satellites to bring internet connectivity to users predominantly in emerging markets. So our main markets are Southeast Asia and the continent of Africa. But we're creating our constellation in a way which is open and decentralized. That's our main differentiator versus when people talk about Starlink as an example, which is a centralized entity, and with centralization comes potential lack of control, as we've seen with Starlink allegedly threatening to shut down internet access in Ukraine. That's something which wouldn't be able to happen with Spacecoin in our constellation.
So Spacecoin, like you mentioned, you are democratizing space. So space is a very interesting area. Mm-hmm. So why should people be investing in space right now?
So the space economy is really, really booming. And a big part of that, to their credit, is down to SpaceX. SpaceX have driven the cost of launch through the floor over the last decade, and it's cheaper than ever now to get satellites into space, to get hardware into space and machinery for all sorts of applications. And so the space economy is growing incredibly fast. It's a really exciting time to be in space, not just for us as satellite communication providers, but for asteroid mining, for manufacturing in space. A lot of pharmaceuticals and drugs are being made in space. Tourism in space is now a thing. It's a really exciting time. And if you haven't looked it up, I encourage all of you to go out and to explore what the space industry has to offer.
So now with Spacecoin, technically that means that you can invest in space.
Yes.
So tell me more about the coin.
Yes. So
you're tokenizing space essentially.
Yes, so we are having our TGE or planning our TGE for the next 2 months-ish time. We'll be launching our token. And the token Spacecoin is going to have various aspects to it. It's mainly going to be used for running our protocol. So it's going to be used to authorize which satellites are able to join our network, authenticate that, and then keep an accounting of the data and bandwidth that different satellites provide to our network. But for you as an end user, we'll be launching ways for users to stake their tokens, to purchase or fractionally purchase satellites or ground stations, so you can then also benefit from the space economy through our constellation.
And what has the feedback been so far from the attendees here at Token 2049?
It's been incredible. Yeah, everyone is so far. I might be a bit biased, but everyone's been incredibly excited about what we're working on. I think the thing which stands out to most people is that it's not just a software product like a lot of Web3, and it's a real physical world, a real deep-in project which people can understand with or without the crypto element. Like if you take away the crypto aspect of what we're working on, people can still understand there's a huge problem to be solved to connect people who don't have internet access. There's currently 2.9 billion people today who aren't connected, and that's the problem we're solving. And crypto allows us to do that in a manner which is more cost effective. It allows us to build our network in a way which is more redundant and resilient. But ultimately, even if you were to extract the crypto side from it, there's still a huge problem there which we're solving.
And you mentioned you have satellites now in space. So what is the vision of the company? How are you planning on growing?
Yeah, so we launched our first satellite in December last year. We're launching 3 more this year. And with those 4, we then have demonstration agreements lined up with, for example, the Nigerian government, the Indonesian government, a telecoms company in Cambodia, a telco in Barbados, and we've got ongoing discussions with another dozen or so nation states, telco companies, and so on and so forth.
And what do these satellites do?
So these satellites provide internet connectivity to users. So if you are, for example, on an island in Indonesia, to lay fiber optic cable to your island is going to be incredibly expensive. And as a result, you just don't have any connectivity at the moment. Satellites bypass all of that. Global coverage, Doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can get connected, you can get internet access.
So essentially, you're investing into a booming space economy and helping people on Earth at the same time.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So it's a win-win-win.
It's a win-win-win for everyone.
And you make money out of it.
And we make money,
too.
hopefully. But more important than us making money is by bringing these people online who are offline, you really allow them to be part of the new economy.
Yeah.
There's a huge digital divide. There's a huge inequality gap between those in emerging markets who have internet connectivity and those who don't. And we want to do as much as we can, do our bit to help close that gap.
Yeah, and if anyone wants to learn more about Spacecoin, where can they find you?
So you can go to spacecoin.org. That's our website. You can follow us on Twitter, which is _Spacecoin. Keep an eye out. We'd love your support. We'd love you to follow along. And yeah, hopefully you'll come along for the journey.
Well, interesting. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And I'll be bringing you more interviews. My name is Lisa Amnegard, and you're watching Web3 TV.